If a package says healthy, natural, heart healthy, or low fat, most of us assume it's automatically a smart choice. We rarely stop to question it. We toss it into the shopping cart and think, this has to be better than the alternatives. But after the age of 50, those assumptions can quietly work against you. Because your body changes. Muscle mass naturally declines. Managing your weight becomes more difficult. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, prediabetes, and type 2 diabetes become much more common. And foods that barely affected you in your 40s may now make it harder to control your appetite, blood sugar, or body weight without you even realizing it. Today's video isn't about fear. I'm not going to tell you to eliminate these foods forever. In fact, most of them can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. Our goal today is much simpler. Let's separate marketing from science. Because sometimes the problem isn't the food itself, it's the way we've been taught to think about it. And the first example is one almost everyone has in their refrigerator. Myth number 1, low-fat foods. For years, we were told that less fat automatically meant better health. The message seemed simple: less fat meant fewer calories. Fewer calories meant easier weight loss. It sounded perfectly logical. Before long, grocery store shelves filled with low-fat yogurt, fat-free desserts, reduced-fat salad dressings, and countless other products carrying bold claims on the front of the package. Many people believed they had finally found the secret to eating whatever they wanted without worrying about their health. But as nutrition research evolved, scientists started looking beyond fat alone. They began studying the overall nutritional quality of these products, and that's where the story became much more interesting. Fat doesn't just provide calories. It also contributes to flavor, texture, and most importantly, satiety. In other words, fat helps you feel satisfied after a meal. When manufacturers remove fat, they often need to replace what was lost. Sometimes that means adding extra sugar. Sometimes it's refined starches, thickeners, or artificial flavors. The result can be a product that's lower in fat but also more processed, and one that leaves you hungry much sooner. Have you ever eaten a low-fat yogurt and found yourself looking for another snack an hour later? You're certainly not alone. It doesn't mean all low-fat foods are unhealthy. Not at all. Plain non-fat Greek yogurt, for example, can be an excellent source of protein with very little added sugar. The real lesson is this: don't judge a food by the large marketing claims on the front of the package. Turn it over. Read the ingredient list. Look at the nutrition facts panel. In many cases, a plain yogurt with simple ingredients is a much better choice than a highly processed dessert labeled light or fat-free.
И здесь возникает интересный вопрос. Если
modern food labels don't always tell the whole story, what about foods that have been trusted for hundreds of years? Myth number 2, honey. Few foods enjoy a healthier reputation than honey. Have a sore throat? Drink tea with honey. Trying to quit sugar? Replace it with honey. Need to boost your immune system? Many people reach for another spoonful of honey. Over time, it's gained an almost magical reputation. And to be fair, there is some truth behind it. Honey contains small amounts of antioxidants and other naturally occurring compounds. That's one reason researchers continue to study it. But this is where many people make an important mistake. They stop thinking of honey as a sweetener. And they start thinking of it as a health food that can be eaten almost without limits. In reality, most of honey is still made up of natural sugars. Calorie for calorie, it's very similar to table sugar. Imagine adding honey to your morning oatmeal, then sweetening your tea with it, drizzling it over yogurt, and finishing the day with another spoonful because you heard it's good for your immune system. Without realizing it, your total sugar intake may become much higher than you think. And your body doesn't really care whether those sugars came from a sugar bowl or a jar of honey. The takeaway isn't that honey is bad. Far from it. Honey can absolutely fit into a healthy eating pattern. But it's not medicine. And it isn't a free pass to ignore portion sizes simply because it's natural. Sometimes 1 teaspoon is all you need to enjoy the flavor. More isn't always better. And speaking of breakfast, let's talk about a food that surprises almost everyone. Myth number 3, oatmeal. Ask almost anyone to name a healthy breakfast, and oatmeal will probably be near the top of the list. And overall, that's well deserved. Oats are rich in fiber and can be an excellent part of a balanced diet. But there's one detail that often gets overlooked. Not all oatmeal is the same. Traditional rolled oats, and especially steel-cut oats, retain more of their natural structure. They take longer to cook. They also take longer to digest. That usually means you stay full for a longer period of time. Instant oatmeal is different. The oats are processed into thinner flakes so they cook in just a minute or two. That's incredibly convenient. But because they're more processed, your body often digests them faster. Many instant oatmeal packets also contain added sugar, flavorings, or sweet toppings. That's why some people notice an interesting pattern. They eat instant oatmeal for breakfast. Then, just a couple of hours later, they're hungry again. Does that mean instant oatmeal is unhealthy? Not at all. The choice is between instant oatmeal and skipping breakfast altogether. Oatmeal is still the better option. But if you have the time, traditional rolled oats or steel-cut oats are usually the more satisfying everyday choice. They often contain fewer added ingredients, provide longer-lasting fullness, and make it easier to avoid unnecessary snacking later in the morning. Small choices like these may not seem important, but over months and years, they can have a meaningful impact on your overall eating habits. And now let's move on to a food that many people consider the perfect substitute for candy. The truth may surprise you. And now let's talk about a food that many people see as the perfect alternative to candy. But this is exactly where one small detail often gets overlooked. Myth number 4, dried fruit. It's just fruit, many people say. And they're right. At least partly. Dried fruit does come from fresh fruit. So does that automatically make it a healthy snack? Not exactly. When fruit is dried, most of the water is removed. But the natural sugars stay behind. That means the fruit becomes much smaller while its sugars and calories become far more concentrated. Think about raisins for a moment. A small handful of raisins comes from a surprisingly large bunch of grapes. But when those grapes become raisins, your brain no longer sees the original portion. Instead, it looks like just a small snack. That's one reason dried fruit is so easy to overeat. Especially in the evening while watching television, reading, or sitting at the computer. You grab a few, then a few more. Before you know it, you've eaten several servings without realizing it. Does that mean dried fruit is unhealthy? Absolutely not. It still contains fiber, potassium, and many beneficial plant compounds. The real issue isn't the food itself. It's the portion size. A small handful alongside breakfast or mixed with nuts can be a great snack. Finishing half the bag while watching your favorite show is a very different story. After 50, these little habits begin to matter much more than most people realize. And if dried fruit is often misunderstood because people hear the word fruit, the next food has earned an almost magical reputation for a completely different reason. Many people believe one glass a day can solve almost every digestive problem. Myth number 5, kefir. Kefir has earned its reputation as one of the healthiest fermented dairy foods. And for good reason. It's rich in protein and contains live cultures that may help support a healthy gut microbiome. But over the years, people have started expecting far more from kefir than science actually supports. You've probably heard advice like this: drink kefir every night and your digestion will be perfect. Kefir speeds up your metabolism. If you drink kefir before bed, you'll lose weight without changing anything else. It sounds wonderful, but the reality is much more complicated. Kefir doesn't repair your digestive system on its own. It doesn't magically boost your metabolism. And it certainly doesn't burn body fat. Its benefits depend on the rest of your diet. Think of your gut like a garden. Even the healthiest plants won't thrive without healthy soil and regular care. The beneficial bacteria in your digestive system work the same way. They need food too. And their favorite food isn't kefir. It's fiber. If your diet is low in vegetables, beans, lentils, whole grains, berries, seeds, and other fiber-rich foods, one glass of kefir simply isn't enough to support a healthy gut. That's why nutrition experts today focus less on individual superfoods and much more on overall eating patterns. For example, a glass of plain kefir served with fresh berries, ground flaxseed, or a small bowl of oatmeal provides far more nutritional value than kefir by itself. You get protein, you get fiber, and you create an environment where your gut microbiome has a much better chance to thrive. That's a completely different approach than hoping one food will solve everything. And that brings us to the most important lesson from today's video. We all love simple answers. We want someone to tell us that one magical food will help us live longer, or that one bad food is responsible for all our health problems. But that's simply not how nutrition works. After 50, there are no foods that automatically make you healthy. And there are very few everyday foods that automatically damage your health when they're enjoyed in reasonable amounts. What matters far more is what you eat most of the time. How much protein you get. Whether your meals include vegetables. How often you rely on ultra-processed foods. Whether you're paying attention to portion sizes. And whether your eating habits are sustainable year after year. Those daily habits, not one miracle ingredient, are what shape your health over the next 10, 20, or even 30 years. Sometimes the biggest mistake isn't eating the wrong food. It's believing that one healthy food can make up for everything else. If you enjoy practical, science-based advice designed specifically for adults over 50, be sure to subscribe. Every week, we share straightforward, evidence-based tips to help you stay healthy, maintain your independence, and enjoy life for many years to come. And tell us in the comments, which of these 5 myths surprised you the most?